So we all know what it's like to get to that place of bed rot where you've fallen off your routine and you have no motivation to do anything at all. And more importantly, you're struggling to read your word. You scroll on social media seeing these perfect morning routines, disciplined lifestyles, and new standards of self-care, feeling like you're extremely behind. And we all end up asking the same question: am I just lazy? How did I get here? And how do I get out of this cycle? Many times we're hard on ourselves thinking that we're lazy, when in reality, we're just burnt out. In reality, the problem isn't your laziness, it's your inability to recover and replenish yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It's not about having the picture perfect routine, but finding a routine that fits your lifestyle, that pours back into every area of your life, including your relationship with God. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing biblical things that you can start doing to exit your lazy Christian girl era. I want to wear my glasses in this video, but the glare is gonna bother me, so we're just gonna put those over there. Disclaimer: everything I say in this video are things that specifically work for me. This is not me telling you guys what to do. I'm not a professional or anything. This is literally just my experience and what I've seen that works well for me. I thought I'd share it with you guys because I get comments all the time about just trying to be more productive in your faith, so this is a video for that. Now, everything I list in this video is not just an extra habit to add to your list. It's actually different lifestyle and mindset changes that will help you look at life a little bit differently. Romans 12 verse 2 says, "Don't be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind." Any transformation that you're looking for is going to begin with your heart posture and the way you perceive things. So today I'm going to be sharing a few things to help change your mind and to become more productive in Christ. The first one being a 24-hour mental reset. When I'm going through something or I'm simply just not feeling it, I try to allow myself one day to just feel all of those emotions. A lot of the time, the reason we get stuck in bed during a period of stress is because our bodies are trying to find ways to cope with whatever we're feeling. You suppressing those emotions is just making the problem worse. When you avoid your emotions, that builds over time. And eventually you just get stuck in them because you're avoiding to confront them. So what I do is I just give myself 24 hours to sit and reflect on how I'm feeling whenever I feel down or burnt out. And I just sit with God to get to the root of how I'm feeling and pouring out to him, so that way he can help me work out whatever I'm feeling. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 says, "There's a time for everything, a season for every activity under the heavens." And then if you go down a little bit more, verse 4, it says, "A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance." Meaning that there will guaranteed be moments in your life where you're gonna need to feel emotional, you're going to need to recover from things. But in order for you to step into the better moments, you have to just accept how you're feeling right now. There is a time for everything, including time for rest and time to cry. Whatever it is, you need time to feel your emotions. Sometimes as Christians, we like to avoid how we feel because we think it's sinful, or we're scared to bring it to God in a lack of faith, thinking that he'll judge us, that he won't do something about it. But the reality is, God knows every thought that you have before you do, and he is not afraid of your mess. In Matthew chapter 11 verse 28, Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." God wants you to come to him for everything, including moments where you're lacking strength or you're at your lowest. When I have moments like this, I like to pray or journal or read my word because it helps me just refocus back on who God is. And it also just gives me the chance to pour out to God and let him know how I'm feeling. He can be my peace and my satisfaction and just pour back into me. And I swear, every time I spend time with God, whenever I'm feeling down, he always responds to me in some sort of verse, passage, or reminder of how to overcome my situation, how to overcome what I'm feeling. He always has an answer for everything in his word. So giving yourself a day to just reflect and to feel your emotions and give it to God really helps you in the long run. And so taking a day to yourself doesn't mean scrolling on social media, laying in the bed all day, hoping you feel better tomorrow. Do it to pour back into you today so you can be your 100% best tomorrow. The next tip that I have for you guys is to practice gratitude. Sometimes I catch myself laying in my bed thinking, if my life looked like this, I would finally be motivated to do X, Y, and Z. But the truth is, waiting for the perfect life is a trap. Social media has us thinking that our life has to be picture perfect in order to be productive, and you have to have it all together. But in reality, productivity starts with the things that you already have right now. A lot of the time when we feel lazy or unmotivated, it's because we stop appreciating what's right in front of us. We don't see our current life as worthy of care, but God does care about how we handle the little things. His word says in Luke chapter 16 verse 10, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. So if we can't be grateful and diligent with the small stuff that we have, like our space, our routines, the little blessings in everyday life, how are we gonna handle things that we're praying for and hoping for in the future? Gratitude shifts your mindset to thinking, oh, I'll be happy when I have this, to believing there is joy in being productive with what I have right now. Psalms 118 verse 24 says, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. He said rejoice, not tomorrow, not when everything's perfect. Today. Today is the day to rejoice and to love your life. Love what you were blessed with. So instead of trying to fit an aesthetic, start noticing the blessings right in front of you. Your bed, your morning coffee, even just the breath in your lungs. Be thankful for every little thing in your life, because I guarantee you, whatever you have, there's someone in the world that does not have that. And gratitude is just the natural key to becoming more productive, because you feel more inclined to take care of yourself and the responsibilities God entrusted to you because of how thankful you are. One way I practice gratitude, for example, is when I don't feel like making my bed, I immediately tell myself, Lord, I am so thankful that I have a bed to lay in and that I even have a bed to make and take care of. There are a lot of people who are sleeping on the street, who don't have a home, who don't have a bed, who are sleeping on the floor, and they are praying for a bed right now. Just that alone keeps me motivated to do all kinds of tasks. Now, the next habit I want to get into is self-care. Now, this is not the self-care y'all are thinking about. Trust. Self-care is not just face masks. It's not doing an 1,000,000 step everything shower. Those are just short-term things to help you relax. But true self-care for me is pouring into myself in ways that are lasting and that will sustain me for long periods of time to prevent me from burning out. Another form of self-care that I like to do is eating clean. It's scientifically proven that when you eat whole foods on a regular basis and reduce the amount of sugar and processed foods that you eat, it immensely improves your mood, energy levels, and body function throughout the day. So me caring for myself would be putting foods into my body, not because I want an aesthetic picture of my plate once a week, but making it a lifestyle, knowing that it'll keep me physically and mentally stable long term. Now, the next tip I have for you guys is to set short-term and long-term goals. It's important to have goals to keep you striving for something every day, to understand what you're working toward. And lack of productivity is because some of us don't have many goals. Or for many of us, the reason we get burnt out so easily is because we have goals, but we don't have a clear path of getting there. So I recommend setting long-term and short-term goals. If you don't know the difference between long-term and short-term goals, a short-term goal is goals that you make over a matter of days, weeks, or a few months, while long-term goals are goals that you make over a course of years. A long-term goal would be, say you want to do a body recomp and get fit by the end of the year. That's a long-term goal. So within that, your short-term goal would be go to the gym 3 times a week. That's basically what a short-term and a long-term goal is. So you can make short-term and long-term goals for anything, like literally for anything. So to do this, I want you guys to write out 3 lists. Your first list will be your goals for the year, whether that be a milestone, starting a new project, entering a new force of work. Your second list will be your goals for each month, breaking it down to what you want to accomplish in each month to reach your goal for the year. The third list will be a list of things you need to get done per week within those months to accomplish your goal for that month. And this can lead you to reaching your overall long-term goal. Now you have your reason and your how. At this point, it's up to you to execute it. But be very, very so careful to make sure you're praying over your goals and plans, because at the end of the day, it's God's plan over our own. Like for real, for real. We should be seeking to follow God's plan and not just our own plans and goals. So make sure your goals are aligning with what the Lord wants. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 9 says, in their hearts, human plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. That doesn't mean give up on your goals as a whole. This just means pray for your desires and goals to line up with what God wants for you. Stay rooted in his word, submit to him, and through that, the Lord will guide you wherever you need to be. Now, the next tip that I have is to pick up new hobbies. Many times it's easy to doom scroll and bed rot because one of 2 things. The first one being we have too much time on our hands, and instead of using it to pour into ourselves, we watch other people live out their lives online. Now, the second thing being that you don't have enough time on your hands to the point where when you do have time to relax, you just end up doom scrolling. Finding new hobbies is a great way to pour back into yourself and to plug into community community, whether that be something athletic like joining a run club, getting into Pilates classes, or taking boxing classes. Maybe you can't afford it, or you're just not athletic and you're more on the creative side of things. You can sit outside, paint, and practice a skill that you enjoy. You can also use your extra time to help other people or causes that you support, whether that be volunteering for a nonprofit organization or simply going out and preaching the gospel. For Christians, being productive in our faith means allowing God to use us in every way that does his will. To feed the hungry, clothe the naked, to love one another. That is very important for your walk, 100%. Or maybe you want to pick up a hobby that will push you toward your long-term goal. One of my long-term goals for 2025 is to hit 100K on YouTube. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. But one way I can pour back into my creative side to help me with my YouTube channel and to reach that goal is to take a creative writing class, because I like to write and this could help me with my creativity in scripting and coming up with new video concepts. And so it's really important to just pour back into yourself in ways to help you enjoy life, learn new things, and to connect with other people. Tip number 6, focus on today. Do not overthink. For a lot of us, the reason we get stuck in laziness is because we're so overwhelmed with the things we need to get done in the future that we just try and avoid it altogether. It's really easy to get overwhelmed with everything to come, but what really helped me become more productive was focusing on only the things that I can control today. If I feel overwhelmed by what I have to do for the week, I just try to get done what I can today and pray that God helps me through it and helps me complete everything I can get done. And even if I don't, that he just sustains me and works things out in his will. In Matthew 6 verse 34, Jesus says, "Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." Here Jesus is telling us to live in the moment, not to worry about what will happen tomorrow, because every day has its own troubles, and it's really important to just focus on the now, because it will rob you of being able to learn what you need in the present. God is here to help us through each and every day, and worrying about tomorrow does nothing but stress you out. It does not make things better. The best thing you can do is surrender it to God and let him handle it as you go. By focusing on the present, you can enjoy life more in the moment and learn the lessons that you need to now versus worrying about what mistakes you might make later. Now, the last tip that I have for you guys is build routines. Now, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say this once. Routines, they're not for aesthetic. They are not for perfection. They are to sustain your lifestyle. Building routines is what keeps your life in a consistent, productive flow, meaning create a routine that is balanced and fits your reality. The reason we easily fall off our routines is because we're recreating our routines based off of other people's lifestyles on social media. While it's good to take inspiration from other people, you should be building a routine that's specific to your daily need. For example, if I have to work at 9 a.m., realistically, hear me out, realistically, if I have to wake up at 9 a.m., I will not have the time nor energy to ice my face, do face masks, do under eye masks, take a Pilates class, clean my room, read a book before I go to work every day without getting burnt out. Like, you can do all these things, but for you to carry that out as a routine every single day is insane if it does not fit your lifestyle, which is why it is hard for most of us to keep up with it. Just know your limits. Pick things for your routine for the season that you're in and prioritize the habits that really matter, not just for aesthetic, but for your personal development and growth. I recommend to build a routine that doesn't just help you work toward your short-term and long-term goals, but also one that has a good balance of rest, work, and leisure. Meaning, take time to take care of yourself, complete certain tasks, while also spending time with friends and family. Rest and leisure are just as important as work, and I understand not everyone has the luxury of having extra free time, whether you have kids, maybe you work 24/7 and you're a workaholic and you need to put food on the table, or maybe you're a student and you have schoolwork up to your neck. I get it, but the point is just to be intentional with your time and your routines to help you. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this helped you guys out. If you want to see more videos like this from me, make sure you comment down below other ideas you might have. Hit the like button if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell to get notified so you know every time I post a new video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Stay blessed.
Are you still there? To delete this message, press 7. To save it in the archives, press 9. To hear more options, press 0. What are you talking about?